Oh, okay. Hi, hello. What's up, Terra Squad? Long time no see. I'm just gonna hop into it. I wanted to try live out, so here we are. I did it on Instagram the other day for the first time, and I actually kind of liked it. So I'm like, let me just get this over with over here. And here we are. A couple weeks ago, you guys voted for a video to talk about like spiritual jewelry and how do you know if like when it's working and all that good stuff. So I guess we're just gonna talk about that. I don't know how this live works. I hope the video saves. I'm not too sure about that, but we'll figure it out. Okay. So firstly, I guess let's go with the fact that when you get your spiritual jewelry, obviously you want to cleanse it before you do anything because you really need to think about just the amount of people that might have touched it, just the energies that it has come across. Like, dog, okay, I know somebody that had like bought a pendulum, and it's funny because I actually have my pendulum here. I wanted to play with if you guys are interested, but and I don't even know why I want to play with this so bad. I was trying to do this on Instagram the other day too, but like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I'm sick of seeing like all the tarot readings and like the oracle cards, and I'm like, I love divination and it's cool, but I was just like, I just want to do something different, like even like doing like dice divination or something. I don't know. So that's there if anybody comes in here and wants to try. Just, yes or no question in the chat. But yeah, so spiritual jewelry, cleanse it. Yeah, I know a person that bought a pendulum from like Hot Topic or something, and they didn't cleanse it at all. And they just immediately started working with it and thought that they were talking to like a dead relative. That's not how that works. That's, especially if you're like new on your path, right? Because there's this, there's a certain amount of time that you have to take to charge it, and I think that that time might be, it looks a little bit different for everybody, but like the standard practice that I learned when I was on my, like during that time in my path, it was like keep it on you for like 30 days, like however you want to do that. So, like I chose to just sleep with it. And yeah, that's how I charged it. And I don't know, I feel like when you get spiritual jewelry, it's an extension of yourself, just like your altars, it's an extension of yourself. So asking the question of like, how do you know it's working? How do you know your energy is working? If you can't really decipher and figure that out, like you don't really need to be using like tools just yet, you know what I mean? And it comes and goes. But yeah, don't really rely so much on the tool because at the end of the day, it's charged with your energy, like you're the tool. So there's that. I guess. And then cleansing it too, like everybody again just does it differently. Like, and to be honest with you, I don't find any method necessarily more strong than the next. I really just think it's whatever feels right in that moment to you. Just because, like, I've had different pieces I charge in different ways, different times of the month. Like, I do different stuff. So it really just kind of like my spiritual practice is very go with the flow because that's what just feels more organic to me. So if that's like the case for you, by all means. If that's not the case for you, if you need something to be a little bit more meticulous, that's fine too. Like everybody says your shit or use the Palo Santo. Dragon's blood is a good one. Cardamom, that's a really good one as well. Don't sleep on that. Garlic, like garlic peels, that's perfect. But honestly, just releasing like your spiritual stuff to the elements and that alone, like I know some people like bury their jewelry or like just, rub a little dirt on it or something, run it through some water. It doesn't necessarily have to be like spring water, like, I mean, you can get that if you want to, but like just go to your tap, get some water, you know, put it on the windowsill, open the window, air, like, run it through a candle, fire, cool. You know what I'm saying? Run it through the flame. Um, so that's kind of like my preferred method, especially when I was first starting out too, because I just like, again, you want to be able to feel these energies like isolated. So trying to like do too much too soon can cause a little bit of like, I don't know. To me, I just got a little bit muddled. I don't know. Maybe you can handle it, but by all means. Um, Also, I wanted to mention, so like there's a stark difference between like your like pieces that you'll just get from like a local like witchy shop or botanica, or, local occult store, whatever. you know, those little chakra bracelets everybody be getting off of Amazon, like whatever. And that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But there is a point in time where you have to start getting like custom pieces made for yourself, because it's like, think about like just your casual spiritual jewelry, like that's surviving. Like your custom pieces is when you start thriving. I truly do believe that, because there's certain things that you might not be able to really see on yourself, like energy wise, like blockages or whatever, that a more experienced practitioner who makes pieces can. And da 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 da. You know where I'm going with this. So when you get custom pieces, it's kind of like a form of inner work, honestly, because it's going to be pulling a lot of things out of you. Well, that's the idea if it's working. And I wanted to say, for like my favorite custom piece in particular is this necklace that Mama Merte made for me. And like, back to the whole is it working question. I know this shit was working because okay, so this is really like for it's really for like throat chakra stuff. Okay, like if you've been following me on this channel or on Instagram, you know, like that's like a big issue for me, is like the way that I express myself and all that. So yeah, so she made this piece for me. And like the day that it came, because I didn't know when it was going to come. It was a whole long drawn out process, and the mail thing, da da da, da, whatever. So I just remember I'm just popping shit all day, like respectfully, but like I'm just like just talking shit like all day, but like good shit, like shit that needed to get said, but like things I would usually just kind of like and whatever, like brush under the rug. So um and I was like wondering, I'm like, what's going on? Why am I just like so feisty and like fiery today? What's happening? And I was just like, you know what? I bet that fucking piece got delivered. Lo and behold, yeah. So, little things like that, just getting like feeling the vibration like already, like that was, yeah, that's how I knew. Um, Also, I wanted to say too, like when it comes to keeping like your spiritual jewelry, like I love this piece, don't get me wrong, but there's, you know, certain times where I just don't really want to wear it, especially, oh my God, like when I first got it, like, you know, it's a really nice, it's beautiful. Like I love it again. But like so many people, like strangers would just walk up and like try to touch it and stuff. And I had to like, you know, kind of assert like that boundary, which again, this is kind of what the piece was drawing out, you know, like that shadow work side. Like again, I'm having to express myself in situations I don't really care for, right? So there would be times where I'm like, well, I'll tuck it, or like I'll just keep it on my altar. You can keep your spiritual jewelry on your altar if, you know, obviously you're keeping that up to date, because it's, again, an extension of you. So you're still getting the effects of however you've blessed or charged your jewelry by having it on your altar. But yeah, okay. One person's here. Hi, one person. If you have any yes or no questions, I'm doing like, I have my pendulum here if you want to play. But yeah, that's really like, that's kind of a wrap on the spiritual jewelry part. I don't know. So I guess we're just like, I don't want to just sit here, but yeah. Um, I should have made the notification like sooner. Well, I didn't know I was going to do this, honestly. This was just on a whim, like how I did yesterday. So yeah. But if you're not familiar with a pendulum, this is a pendulum. It's a divination tool, just like tarot cards, oracle cards, or like hell, even like Ouija boards, things like that. So, but yeah, you ask yes or no questions and you get an answer depending on the way that it rocks. So like, I'll show like, okay, pendulum, show me yes. Thank you. Pendulum, show me no. Yeah, so that's how that works. So again, yes or no questions, we're here for that. But yeah. Oh, also, Mama Merte made this one for me too, and this is like her kind of like signature skull. I love skulls. That's like one of my favorite things. But she's really dope. She makes very great pieces. She the way that she even does it too, like she has like a whole like consultation or like a reading with you to like, you know, get your essence a little bit, like to get, you know, get an idea of like what you need. And I always tell people, like, when I'm talking about the pieces, I'm like, yeah, she read me for filth, but like in the best way possible. Because, like, again, sometimes there's certain energetic blockages that we have that we don't necessarily see or feel in ourselves. And so that we need other people, other trusted individuals that can, see that for us and help us out. And yeah, so I just really like her stuff. Like, all her pieces are very beautiful. When I first saw her on Instagram, and I was watching some of her reels, and I was looking at the way that she does her process of making the pieces. It was like like pure, like, magical, honestly. I remember, like, when I DM'd her to, like, request a consultation, I was just like, I just feel the energy coming off of the freaking Instagram reel, like, she had, like, the piece in the sound bowl, and she was, like, hitting it and, like, smoking them out and all that. And the packaging was great too. I wish I had it with me. I saved, like, here's the thing. I was supposed to actually review her pieces, like, months ago, like damn near a year ago, honestly. But I just, my, y'all know how I am on here. So that didn't necessarily happen. But yeah, we're here now. But yeah, so do that. Get you some custom pieces. I think I'll give it a couple more minutes and then I guess wrap up. I don't know. Oh shit. Okay, we got 5. Hi, people that just came in here. I don't know if everyone's caught up, but yeah. I have my pendulum. If you want to ask yes or no questions, if you're not familiar with how that works, it'll shake, like, back and forth for yes, and it'll usually make circles or go back and forth for no. So, yeah. That's what it is. All right. Well, this was fun. The anxiety about doing this is over with, so yeah. We're good here. Learn and grow, grow for 2 Fs. Bye. How do I end this? Oh my God.